The overlords of college football are the teams that outperform the Vegas total. In week 8, there were 8 games with total scores that went 3 touchdowns over the Vegas total. So far this season, 25 teams have gone over the Vegas total in 71% or more of their games. On the flip side, there are 31 teams that have gone under in 71% or more of their games. One team, Oklahoma, has gone under in 100% of their games. So, overs and unders are worth a look. In the description box below this video are 2 links where you can download 2 Excel spreadsheets. One spreadsheet looks at the over and under performances in week 8 of college football, which finished on Saturday, October 18th, 2025. The second Excel spreadsheet has the over and under trends for the whole season for all 136 college football teams. Go to the description box below this video, click the 2 links at the top, and it will take you to my Google Drive where you can view and download my Excel spreadsheets. Click File, Download, Microsoft Excel. Once you've downloaded the Excel file to your computer, make sure you click Enable Editing. You can also go to File and click Make a Copy. This makes a copy of the spreadsheet to your Google Drive. And that copy is one that you can make changes to. These 2 spreadsheets look at week 8 of college football, which finished on Saturday, October 18th, 2025. In the rest of this video, we'll take a closer look at these 2 Excel spreadsheets to gain valuable insights. So the first spreadsheet has the list of teams that played that went over and under the Vegas total. The blue numbers represent games where the score went over the Vegas total, and then red means that they went under. So both the blue and the red games would have won over or under bets in Vegas. So if you look at the header, in the lower right corner is a little triangle where you can sort largest to smallest and smallest to largest. So to look at the overs, let's look at largest to smallest. So blue is over. This means that Old Dominion and James Madison, their total score combined went 42.5 points over the Vegas total. That's 6 touchdowns over the Vegas total. This is a huge difference from the Vegas total. Then we see App State and Coastal Carolina. Their score went 33.5 points over the total. So it's the combined score of App State and Coastal Carolina. So both teams contributed points to make this happen. And as we can see here, 9 teams went 2 touchdowns or more over the Vegas total. And then 20 teams or 20 games went a touchdown or more over the Vegas total. So now let's look at the unders. The way to do that is go to smallest to largest. So with this coloring scheme, this is where the teams went under the total. So if you bet under, you would have won this bet. So there's 2 games where this occurred. So Purdue and Northwestern, when you add up their 2 points, their 2 scores each, Purdue score and Northwestern score, their total went 28.5 points below the Vegas total. Same thing with the game with South Alabama and Arkansas State. So that's 4 touchdowns below the Vegas total. And we see here that 19 games went a touchdown or more under the Vegas total. So let's look at the overs again. Interesting. So around 20 games went over, and about 20 games went under the Vegas total greater than a touchdown. So a total of 40 games were a touchdown or more away from the Vegas total. These are large discrepancies. And if you notice here, the Old Dominion James Madison game went 6 touchdowns over the total, but let's do smallest to largest. And then Purdue is 28, 4 touchdowns. Now, the reason being is there is a limit to how low you can go, which is 0. Well, technically, maybe 2 points. A team could win with a safety, right? 0-2 or 0-3. But with the overs, there's no limit. So this is for week 8. And these were the games these were the games in week 8, and that week ended on Saturday, October 18th, 2025. The current date right now is October 21st, 2025. I made these spreadsheets on October 20th, 2025. Now let's look at the second spreadsheet. What the second spreadsheet does is it provides information for the whole season. And this gives you seasonal trends. So the first column has the teams. The second column has the record, and there's 3 lines or 3 parts to this presentation here on this column. You have an over, an under, and a push. So, for example, here, Air Force, they've played 7 games. 6 games went over, 1 game went under, and 0 games were a push. There's opportunities on both the over and under end of the spectrum. So when you go to the over percentage, click this triangle, clicks largest to smallest, largest to smallest. And then we see here that there are 4 teams that have gone over in 83% or more of their games. That's a significant statistic. And so they're 6-1 Air Force, 6-1 Georgia Southern, 6-1 Rutgers, and Navy was 5-1. So the blue represents over, and we see 25 teams have gone over in 71.4% of their games or more. Now let's look at the unders. And again, we're going to sort largest to smallest. Red means under. But in the case of Oklahoma, I put them in pink because they're 100% on this statistic. They have gone over in 100% of their games. So they've played 7 games. All 7 games have gone under. So if you had bet all 7 games under, you would have been 100% here. And we see on the underside that there's 7 teams that have gone under in 80% or more of their games. And there are 31 teams that have gone under in 71.4% or more of their games. That's a large group. And 70%, 71% win percentage, that beats many Vegas betting experts. So what does this mean when, let's go back to the overs. What does this mean when a team goes over 85.7% of the time? In the case of Air Force and Georgia Southern, that means that they have good offense, so they're scoring. It also means that their defense gives up points. So in a game total, you have both team scores add up to the total. So good offense, bad defense equals over. And that's what we have here with Air Force and Georgia Southern. Also, it also means that Vegas was wrong with these 2 teams 85.7% of the time. So this is an indication of Vegas not being perfect. Now let's look at the unders. What do they represent? So let's look at Oklahoma. What does this mean? This means so they went under 100% of the time. So it means bad offense, good defense, Vegas being wrong. So under is, so if you look at a team and they have bad offense, good defense. Oklahoma Sooners, their head coach used to be the defensive coordinator at Clemson. He's very good on defense. So good defense. They had some that quarterback injury, so their offense was an issue. Also, pace of play. If teams like to run the ball more, use the clock, then that tends to push it under. So this is a pretty significant statistic for 31. 31 teams have gone under 71% or more of the time. So for the people that think that Vegas is perfect or they have some sort of special knowledge, these numbers are hard to explain with that kind of theory. Now the final column here is, again, blue is over, red is under. This is the average margin by which that they went over per game. So Air Force, on average, went over 18.7. That's a pretty large deviation from the Vegas numbers. And then Tennessee's 14. So now let's look at the unders. We see that LSU and Oklahoma have both gone under on average 11 points below the Vegas total.